Let's move over to the last piece of news and notes before we get to your power rankings, which I'm very excited for. But Big Ben Roethlisberger had something to say about the Pittsburgh Steelers going after a couple wide receiver twos, specifically the Los Angeles Rams Cooper Kupp, saying, quote, "It would be a dream come true, but I don't think it's realistic. You're not going to bring in a number one in this situation. I don't think Cooper Kupp would want to come here. He's only played 3 games, but through 3 games, 23 catches and almost 200 yards with 2 touchdowns." His reasoning on the Football and Podcast was essentially a number one doesn't want to be a number 2 in Pittsburgh, not only because they don't want to be a number 2 in general, but because in Pittsburgh, there's only so many passes to go around if they run heavy offense under Arthur Smith.
I don't disagree. But what I will say is there are enough passes to go around right now. And I just think that Cooper Kupp, I mean, Van Jefferson, you could say what you want. And I get what Ben's saying. Like, you're only going to catch 4 or 5 passes. Van Jefferson caught 4 passes. Scotty Miller got a ball the other day. Like, all right, there's 5. Maybe you take one away from Calvin. That's 6. It just feels like that's where they're at. And if George Pickens is cool catching 5 passes a game, why wouldn't Cooper Kupp be? And I just think the biggest part of this is Cooper Kupp probably wants to win a championship. Steelers probably have a better shot at winning a championship right now than the Rams. And I just think that plays into it. So I'm not gonna sit here and say that he wouldn't want to come to Pittsburgh for that reason. I think playing with Russell Wilson is enticing. Playing for Mike Tomlin is enticing. Arthur Smith seems like a great dude, and everybody seems to love him right now. Feels like that's enticing. You have the best defense that maybe the second best defense that you'd be playing with, because the Aaron Rodgers Super Bowl team was pretty good. Yeah. Or the Aaron Donald, Super Bowl team was pretty good. Yeah. I just feel like there's a lot of reasons that you'd be excited to come here. And I get the number 1 going to number 2 thing, but when you're 31 years old, maybe your priorities change a little bit. And maybe Cooper Kupp's just looking to say, we're okay with a lesser, 5 catches for 51 yards. If that's 5 catches for 51 yards in Pittsburgh, I'm still pretty okay with that. I feel like that's enough reason to get him to Pittsburgh. For that reason, I don't agree. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps you find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. See all of your subscriptions in one place and know exactly where your money is going. And for any that you don't want anymore, Rocket Money can help you cancel them with just a few taps. Rocket Money's dashboard gives you a clear view of your expenses across all accounts, easily creates a personalized budget with custom categories to help keep your spending on track, and sees your monthly spending trends in each category to know exactly where your money is going. Get alerts if your bills increase in price, there's unusual spending activity, or if you're close to going over your budget. And the new goals feature automatically saves money for you without you even having to think about it. Whether your goal is to pay off your credit card debt, put away money for a house, or just build your savings, Rocket Money makes it easy. Rocket Money will even try to negotiate lower bills for you, sometimes up to 20%. They automatically scan your bills to find opportunities to save. Then you can ask them to negotiate for you. They'll deal with customer service. Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions. They could save members up to $740 a year when using all of the app's features. Stop wasting money on things you don't use. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions by going to rocketmoney.com/allsteelers. That's rocketmoney.com/allsteelers. rocketmoney.com/allsteelers.
And who's to say if Cooper Kupp is in this offense as your number 2, there's not more passing attempts. There's not more balls to go around, because you have Cooper Kupp as your number 2 and not Van Jefferson. And don't get me wrong, Van Jefferson, I feel like, has stepped up in a big way since Russell Wilson stepped in as the number 1 quarterback, but you still need that next level. And I think that if you jump from a Van Jefferson as number 2 to a Cooper Kupp, you're going to pass the ball more than 29 times. It's not going to make them a pass-heavy offense. They're still going to lean on the run. That's Arthur Smith. That's what Mike Tomlin wants to do. But you're going to have more targets and you're going to have more passing opportunities because you have a guy like Cooper Kupp that on certain plays, he's going to be open.
I agree. I think it changes. I don't see it changing a ton, but I think it changes. And I also think that, just like with George Pickens, if those are only 5 catches, but those catches are 100 yards instead of 50, you're still having a game. You're feeling real good about your production within that offense. I just don't think that changes. I don't know. I get what he's saying, but I don't know if I agree with it. As we sit here today, with the way the Steelers offense is flowing and how big of a play some of these guys are making when they do have the football in their hands.
Yeah, so that's the end of news and notes, but I completely agree with what you said there, though. With Ben saying it, here's the thing. I understand both sides. Ben saying, yeah, if there's only 20 completions a game and you want to be a number one receiver, and they already have Pickens,
yeah,
you're kind of looking and saying how much meat's left on that bone. But at this point of the season, with Cooper Kupp, is he not also a number 2 in LA? Like, that's the last thing I'll say.
Puka. Yeah,
Puka's there. So,
yeah.
like, are you not already a number 2? So taking that, step down or that demotion is not really a thing in this situation. But again,
no,
I would say it feels like a long shot still for Cooper Kupp, but I wouldn't close the door personally, because I feel like there's still a chance that the LA Rams look at this and say, yeah, maybe we don't try to go for it all whenever we're still below 500.
Yeah, I think Sunday makes a big difference there.